What's up, you guys? So, I just got something quick to say because I was sitting in the kitchen and I was on my phone. I was like drinking some juice, and some words came to my mind. Okay, so I've prayed about it. You pray about it, and I'm just asking for the Holy Spirit to work through me because I feel like the enemy is trying to take away the thought because I'm like forgetting. But anyway, so I just want to tell you that you have to be serious about your relationship with God. We do not have time to be lukewarm. We do not have time to be on the fence because we know that when you're on the fence, you're on the other side. You're on the enemy's side. You're not on God's side if you're on the fence. So if you are partaking in the devil's games, if you are sliding to the devil's parties, if you are engaging in the devil's conversation, you are not safe. Okay? We do not have time to play around. Okay? And I know y'all been seeing like the end of times and these videos coming up. We obviously don't know when the end of the time is coming, but evidence is being shown by the culture that we're living in right now. So we don't have time to play around. And when I say that, I mean that you need to know who God is. You need to get to know him. Who is he? What does he say about you? You need to know these things. You need to bury your face in the word. And the air just came on. I'm sure y'all can hear it. But anyway, we don't have time to play around. With this music, the devil, the enemy he knows what you like. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to my friend yesterday and I was telling him that, the enemy cannot read our minds. He only knows what we're physically, like what we're saying and how we respond to things that come about. So the enemy knows how to get to you by your history, by your past. So it's important that you identify these things. And when it comes to you, you react differently in growth because you've acknowledged it and you're changing the behavior. Like those things no longer make you stumble. But the enemy knows what makes you stumble because of what has made you stumble in the past. And when things come to your face, if you react in the same way, if you engage in that same conversation, he knows that you're not really grown for real. Like, oh, you repented from God, but you keep doing it. Like he knows, he doesn't care what it is as long as you're distracted. He doesn't care if you overcame one thing, but you're leeching, like you're onto another thing. He doesn't care. He just wants to keep you distracted. So, oh, it's Bella. So what I'm telling you guys is, we gotta be in tunnel vision and you gotta see God for who he is. You have to see God for who he is. Because the enemy wants to deceive you. He wants to lie to you about who you are and what you mean to the Lord. The Lord cherishes you. He knows every single hair strand in your head. He bottles every one of your tears. The enemy does not want you to know that you are a prized good possession to the Lord. He cares about you. The Lord has given us free will to give us a choice. We get to choose which side we're on. And we make it seem like it's such a hard decision, but it's not. It's clear as day. The enemy is the father of lies. He lies to you. Bella. Distraction. The enemy wants to lie to you. Bella. Go sit. The enemy doesn't want you to know who you are. He doesn't want you to know what God says about you. So this is the time for you to bury your face in the word. And the music is keeping a lot of people under like a spell. Like, I was thinking about this movie that I was watching. It was like a Bratz movie with the Pixies. I watched it on YouTube like a few months ago. So like, this girl, she had an older sister where she would sneak away to these parties, and every time they went to these parties and they were hearing this music, everybody in the room would be under a spell. And it's so crazy, y'all, because it's in our face. And I used to watch that movie when I was a kid, and something told me to go watch it. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a Bratz movie, like with the Pixies. So they were in this party, and you know, like, it's in the middle of the woods or whatever. So like, when they hear the music, you instantly just, you're like under the spell. You don't know what's going on. Like, your whole personality changes, right? And so like, a lot of people are deceived by what's going on solely because of the music. The music that people are listening to right now has them under a spell. And this thing hinders your whole life. I mean, from the relationships that you choose, from the rooms that you're standing in, it affects everything. I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, it affects everything. And it's like you're deceived. There's a cloak over your eyes, and you can't see what's going on around you because of like the music and the friendships that have like brought you guys together with that music and stuff. So I just want to tell you to snap out of it. Like, you gotta come out of it, because this is real. Like, this is real. The enemy wants you to be deceived by what's going on around you. And oh, so you guys have seen like Miraculous. This is another thing that came to my mind as I was downstairs. Miraculous. It's about a show where like it's a ring or whatever, and it's their miraculous, was give them their powers to do good. Like, they take over the bad and they do good, right? And that's like, if you've seen Miraculous, if you haven't seen Miraculous, go watch it. It's a kid's show too. Okay, so like, there's a father who, he's evil, he's the villain, all right? And the kid, he doesn't even know that his father is the villain, and he has a miraculous, like, he's supposed to do good. And so like, the miraculous is our soul. The miraculous gives us our powers. It gives us like insight, because when they have the miraculous, like, they think better, they move quick, like, and the enemy knows, if we have our miraculous, that we can move in purpose. You know what I'm saying? Watch the show, y'all. It's deep once you think about it. Like, the Lord will reveal things to you that were once childish or just child's play. Like, he revealed things to you even in a subtle way like that. So I just want you guys to be real with your time. Even myself, like, I'm not just speaking to y'all, I'm speaking to myself too. Like, be real with your time, because we don't know when the clock is gonna ding. We don't know when the time is coming. So be serious about your time with the Lord. Be serious about your relationship with him. Be serious about your future in him, because we all have to go somewhere after this. And a lot of people don't think about that. Like, we're so caught up in these worldly things and these distractions. They're literally distractions. And like, the enemy doesn't care as long as he has your miraculous. He doesn't care what you're doing. If he got your miraculous, he's fine. Like, so it was something else I needed to say, but it kind of went away. The Lord adores you. And he's with you right now. He's with you in the mess. He's with you in the dirt. He's not above. Of course he's above us, but he isn't above us. He gets in the valley with us. When you hurt yourself, he's on the ground with you. He's not looking up at you. He's there with you. So I want you to focus on seeing him as your friend, seeing him as your brother, as your big brother, because he wants to be that familiar with you. You know how, like, we don't tell our fathers everything, we don't tell our moms everything, because there's boundaries and there's certain things you don't tell your parents, right? But the Lord wants to be your friend. He wants you to tell him those deep, dark secrets that you don't tell your parents, you only tell to your friends, right? That's how the Lord wants to be with you. He wants to be intimate, and he wants to know every detail. Even though he knows every detail, he wants you to know that he knows every detail, and he wants you to tell him every detail, even if it's about your day or if it's about something that you're going through. Of course he knows, but he wants to hear it. He wants to know that you trust him, and that, like, you trust him with that information. Like, people think that, oh, just because God knows everything, that you don't have to build relationship with him, or that you don't have to tell him. Like, it builds character in you when you're telling him what's going on or how you feel about something. He knows how you feel. He knows what's going on, but it builds character and trust in you once you're telling God what's going on, and then you see a change happen, or you see movement happen. You see God differently, and that's what builds a relationship. Just like if you're talking to your friend and you tell them, oh, I'm really struggling in this area, and then your friend surprises you with a new car, or a new resource, a new job, a new reference. Like, that's God. He wants you to trust him like you trust your friends. And half the time, we don't need to be telling our friends our business anyway. Some friends don't have your best interest at heart, but the Lord loves you. He loves you. So I just want to share that with you guys. It's getting real. It's getting really real out here. So focus on the Lord. Don't worry about your success. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. I feel like she getting into something. Hold on. The girl's sneaky. But I love you guys, and I hope this helped somebody. I really hope it did. Just don't be too serious about it, you know? Just enjoy him. Like, don't worry about your future. He has a plan. He has a purpose for you. So just build relationship with him right now. Build that character with him right now, because you need his trust. You need to trust him. You need him to trust you. Like, it's a relationship thing. It's not about religion only. It's about building that relationship. And I cannot stress this enough. I can't stress it enough, you guys. It's so important. It's so important for the Lord to be your friend, to be your Lord, to be everything. It's everything. So I hope this helps, and I hope that you gain insight from this video, and that God gives you peace and love and creates transformation in your heart. That's all I need. That's all he wants. Amen.